Hey everybody. Well, we got another day. We're gonna be back on the 31 today. We're gonna do this tie into this giant mess of wires, try and pull some wires to where they need to go, mount the coil. Hey, look at some cool little license plate lights, and get some wiring done. I've done a lot of stuff already. I'll show you. I went underneath the car. You remember these wires? That's to the headlights and the horn. They were on top up here. So I ran them underneath. I'm going to run them across. I got the two that are the wires for this side, and then I got to run them back across to the other side for the other headlight when I get it mounted. I ran the wires underneath for the oil sending unit. He's got the order oil sending unit. I got to get it and get it put in. This wire up here is for the temperature sending unit. He's got to order it and get it in. Then this wire down here is for the fan. So it's going to hook up right there with the fan wires. So I got to get that done. Then I pulled wires in through the firewall and put some looms on them. Ran them along here. This is for the alternator, so the alternator power and the alternator exciter wire. I got the plug-in for the alternator wire sitting down here and just kind of sitting there right now. And then I took that big conglomeration of wires and I kind of cleaned them up a little bit. Like I said, this is still going to the starter. I can't remember what all's in that. Most of that goes to the starter and the headlight. The dimmer switch is down there. The bundle that's down there on the floor, that's all the indicator lights, sending units, all that kind of stuff, I do believe. Remember there was a big wad of wires up in here, extra wires. Well, I clipped them off. The wires are all marked, so I clipped them off. I put some union connectors in there, and this got shrink tubing on them, so I shrunk them down, sealed them up, got them tied up out of the way. They're all marked as to what they are. They're just extra wires. It's for air conditioning compressors, stuff like that. Then I drilled 4 holes through the firewall right here, as you can see. One there, one there, one there, one there. And I mounted the coil. Let's see where I mounted the coil. I run the coil wire through. So that's there. What else did I get done so far? Oh, on this side, I got these, he's got these marker lights that are going to go. Let me go get them. Let's go over here and get them. These cool little marker lights right here, and they're going to fit into here, but I got to make some little angle spacers, because if they mount in, they're going to point in like that, which they need to be out straight like this. So he's got some spacers that I'm going to get from him to put those in. So those are nice. They're good looking little lights. I got the dash out. All the wires for that are right there. I got to clean this up. And then what else do we have? Oh, I went underneath the car and did all the wire looms and stuff. There's my box of looms, but let's see if you can see any. Well, it's kind of dark under there. But I got the wires run up out of the way and secured. So now I need to wire up the coil, wire up the alternator, things like that. I'm gonna start splicing and getting those butted together. So that's where I'm at. That's how far I've gotten along. So stick with me on this one, and we'll fight these wires. Right now I had to, I looked at the wires over there under the steering column. I need to clean those up and figure out the colors on them, make sure that I can make sure which color's what to go to the ignition, blinker, hazards, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll get all the tail lights wired up too and all that stuff. So it's a whole bunch of wiring still left to do. I've done a bunch of stuff, like crawling under the car. All that was boring, and I wasn't going to show that to you. So but stick with me, and we're going to start splicing some wires together, and I'm trying to make them as nice as I can, to make it look as nice, because everything is exposed in this car. So you can see all kinds of stuff. So stick with me, and we're going to see what we can get done. Alright, first things first. Oh, let's see if we can run this inside this loom. Remember what I said? I don't like electrical to begin with. And putting this wire loom on, like I said before, it's like trying to put the skin back on a snake after it's shed its skin. It ain't fun. It ain't fun at all. So let's see, get that out there. Okay. So, got that going out there. Let me go look. Pull that loom out some more. So, the less exposed wire, the better it looks. So that's what I'm trying to do. All right. Okay. I've got that there. So I need to, okay, the black wire is a ground, so I need to figure out where I can ground that. Can I ground that right? Oh, I could probably ground that. That'll work, huh? I'll ground that to that right there. Let me get my ring. Pull this one off. Mount. One, I found these really nice little machine screws with the Allen heads. They look really good on the other side of that firewall. And Mark got these fancy strippers and stuff. I'm not used to all these fancy tools like this. It's gonna spoil me to get these back at the end of this project. These tools are pretty cool here. He bought for wire crimpers and stuff. That's pretty nifty, Swifty. You got this really cool little heat gun. Got this little cup on it. Put that around there. I don't know if you can see that. Put that around there. And it blows that hot air all the way around that shrink. Shrinks it up. Ah! It's hot. Ah! It's real hot. Shrinks that tubing up. Okay. that one there. Now, I can put this back in here. We can hook that up right there. Okay, now, all right, one of these red wires goes to the red wire on here. Since those are that close together, I can clip that off. And I'm gonna put some connectors, some spade connectors on here. That way, you need to take the coil out or whatever, it just unplugs off of there. There. Strip it back. You see, I'm not real comfortable working with these wire strippers and stuff, because I know this is probably supposed to cut that wire somewhere. I didn't even notice you got crimpers right there. Huh. The things you figure out. I wonder how those crimpers work right there. Let's see how those crimpers work. See if I like them any better. Let's see. It's gonna go. Right there. That seemed to work okay. I don't know. I don't know how I like that. I think I like these other ones better for that. I think. That wasn't good. Okay, there's that. Oh, I gotta do this. That works really good. Really does. Put some of this wire in here. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to get done because he's got to order a light switch. I found the ignition switch. I mean, that goes on, that mounts on the column. He's got to get a light switch and a windshield washer switch. And he's got to get the sending units for the gauges because I don't have those. So when he gets all of that in, then I'll be able to hook all that stuff up. Okay, I need to cut that off, I guess. Put that other piece in. I'm about out of this small loom right here. Just about completely. That's the last of it. What you guys see right there, that's the last of my small loom. So let's see. Man, I just got no room to work. I mean, even though this makes it nicer than having to lay down under that dash, it's still kind of cramped. Of course, I guess that's the thing with wiring. It's one of the things you got to deal with because usually laying on the floor, up under the dash, and really fighting it. And I'm glad I'm not doing that because that's hard on my back. And I hurt my back anyway, laying down under this thing earlier. So, okay. What did I do with my tape? There's my tape. The ends of those up. I'm about out of tape too. This is all the tape I got left. All right. Okay, what's next? You know what I didn't think about? There's no tachometer wire off of the distributor or off of here. Huh. Wonder what's up with that. There's no room around that distributor. But there's not an additional wire coming off of there. So I guess the tachometer wire, which is that one, I'm gonna have to just loop back and put an end on it. And I'll just tie it off in case he figures that one. I'll figure out how to put the tachometer hook up on this. Yeah, that helps by putting that on there too. It insulates that end so there's no, it won't ground out or short out or anything like that. Okay. So this is the wire. Right, this is coil. This is coil positive. So that's going to go to coil right there. So I need to clip that. Strip these two back. Two of the same thing. Okay. So let's put that together. Get my crimper. That. That in there. Alright. This back in this wire right here. Yeah, that's hot. Still toasty. Loop this back over here and just wire tie it up out of the way. And I've got one little piece of moon left that will fit on that, I think. Ow! I keep bumping my head. Alright. There's that. Okay. Zip tie this up out of the way. Okay. All right. The coil is wired. That's ready to go. Should I do the... Let's do the alternator next. Try and make sure you can see what I got going on. Alright. See all the wires for the alternator. Let's see. I want to run. You know, that's... Let me cut some of this excess off. Save all that excess wire because there's no telling if you might need some of that before this is over with. I'm going to run that right down there. I'm going to run down under here. Okay. Alright, that's too much. This white wire goes to that. Cut that back there. Because the alternator's going that way, so it's got plenty of room. I like cutting it just that little bit too long. I can't ever get that down right though. Because when you cut just that little extra long, you see how it leaves that tip on there, and I can twist that wire around. You know, that's too much wire. I need to cut that off. Cut that off. Let me do that, redo that real quick. That's too much. There. That worked. I missed it. Well, that sucks. That won't just pull off of there. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna cut that a little shorter then. Let's try one more time. Okay, let me go get another one. Let's try this again. Okay. Back there. Like that. All right. Let's see. Hook this alternator back up. Whoa. All right. Okay. So that gets my alternator hooked up. Alternator's hooked up. Can't hook that up until I get the sending unit. That all looks good. I can't hook that up until I get my spacers. Okay. Coil's done. All right. Okay. Well, it is late in the day. Let's see. I keep looking at that deadgum clock and it don't work. So it is getting late. So I think for today, I'm gonna call that a day. Tomorrow I'll come back and we'll start wiring the tail lights, the brake light. Oh, let me show you the cool brake light. I mean, license plate light that I got. I don't know if you can see them, but see these little black things? That's 2 license plate lights, the LEDs. The license plate slides up in here, bolts here, and the 2 LEDs light up. That's the wires for them right there. So, but they're cool. They're really cool. I got them mounted in there and ready to go. So, probably tomorrow. That's all my tail light wires and everything there. So tomorrow I'll come back and we'll see what else we can get done. If he's got the spacers, I'll try and get these marker lights in, because I think those little marker lights would be cool. Got to wire the fan. I'll do that. And then we're going to tackle the inside. All this wild wires in here that need to be tackled, we're going to jump on. So, don't that look like fun? No. Alright, till tomorrow. Alright, everybody. It's another day. It's a little cooler today, so I got the heater on and got everything kind of situated, I hope, to where I can start wiring some of this stuff up. If you can see all of this under here, I got it all cleaned up so I can see the colors, because it was really dirty and I couldn't see the colors. So all these wires are cleaned up now, so I can match all those up with my harness. I got a new switch installed. It doesn't look right, but it's the only way I could get this set up. I don't know how they set this up, so it's the only way I can make it work. So I got the switching all working. You know, so now I just gotta get everything plugged in there. I took the steering wheel off to make me some room in here for right now. I've got to looking at everything in here. I got the blinker switch tightened up. It was flopping and loose. This little piece right here in the steering wheel, the steering column, is where the horn hooks to, and the ears broke off of this. So he's ordering a new one of those, and I'll have to pull this collar off to get to it, and I have this little tool to do that. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen this before or not, but this hooks on here, and this sleeve right here, it's got a little pin in it. I don't know if you can see that. It's got this little pin in it right here, and you pull that pin out and this flips over. It's got two different threads, so you can match up these GM steering columns. Now I got this set up, and what you do is you screw this down on here, back this off, screw that down, and then you tighten this down, and there's a little locking ring right here. Let's see if I got something to get that out with. Let me get my glasses on so I can see it. There's a little locking ring right here. I don't know if I can get that out of there with this or not. Can't get it out with that. Let's see if this long screwdriver will get. I need a little pick, and I don't want to get out and go get a pick. If I can get this edge off of here. There we go. There we go. Come on, work with me. There it is. You got that little ring pulled off of there. Now I gotta get it all the way off. But you get that little locking ring, and then you release the spring tension off of here. Get that released all the way. Back that off. Pull this little ring, and this is the little ring I'm talking about that locks that on there. I'm going to put that somewhere I don't lose it. And this plate is the locking that locks the steering column. It's got the things in it, and when you turn this back, this pin right here comes out. That's kind of trying to stick, so I need to lubricate that some. But it locks into these, and that's what locks your steering wheel in place where you can't turn it when you take the key out. So, and then this, alright, this piece is what makes the horn work. Contact on the back, and there's a contact right here that runs around this ring that maintains contact issues, turning it. And that's what makes the horn work. So this one's broke. Well, plus it had a dirt dauber in it or something, because it's full of stuff in there. This one's broke, so the little piece that goes in there wouldn't lock in and stay. So he's ordered one of these, so I gotta wait for that to come in. But I wanted to go ahead and look in here. Wow, that's dirty. I wanted to try and clean some of this up in here and make sure it had lubricant and stuff. Well, I'm gonna need to get the vacuum cleaner after this thing. This is nasty. I want to make sure all the contacts are clean and everything. And there is a bunch of garbage in here. Make sure it's all working right. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. I don't know if I can get all that out of there or not. But I probably need to kind of touch this contact up right here for the horn. Wow. Okay. Well, let me get my where's my vacuum cleaner? It's over there. Let me get my vacuum cleaner and vacuum this out. That it's still not tightened down. There we go. We got that. Okay, that's tight now. Okay. Alright. Let me get the vacuum cleaner, clean this up, and I'll be back and we'll get to wiring all the rest of this up. So stand by. Okay, I vacuumed all this out, scrubbed it. I got some of this electrical contact cleaner stuff. Sprayed that, cleaned it up, then I lubed it up a little bit. So everything seems to work a lot better. That all works. So I guess what I need to do at the moment, I have this tester, which works really well. It's one of these you can power. It's what is it? Power probe. My kids bought me this, so hook it up to a battery. Oh, let me get it hooked up. And if you need to, it provides you with a ground, and you can test stuff. So let's see. I'm trying to figure out if I can. So if I put power, let me look and see which one of these is my. Get my rag and clean this up some more. Kind of sprayed all this down. I might have sprayed a little bit too much cleaner and lube and stuff. I've got it running everywhere. But at least everything works a little better, seems like. Seems like, anyway. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take my little wire stripper guy here. I'm going to strip these wires back. Like so. Does this have an adjustment or something? I don't know. I'm still learning these. See, it doesn't want to grip it. See if I can figure out how to test some circuits. Alright. I gotta remember which one of these is the power. Anyway, let me look at my diagram. Wiring diagram. Trying to figure out which one of these powers up. I'm trying to remember which one powers up everything in here. Let's see, does this do it or not? I don't know. Trying to figure out which one powers up what. Then I want to test it. The black one is the horn. Power up the horn.
signal. Turn signal. Which one is which? Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if make sure my switch is good. There, I got continuity right there. Okay. And then this black one with the light blue should be the other one. No. No. Okay, then which one would that be? Oh wait, I'm trying to contact the wrong thing. Find my wire. Right there. Okay, there's that one. So that should give me power this thing. Trying to make sure this is working properly. That's my whole deal. That worked a minute ago. Okay. That. Maybe I got the wrong one. Okay, that's a turn signal. This should be the other turn signal. Oh, this is for front and back, left and right turn signals. Okay. That's that. Orange switch says light green. That one and that one go together. This one and this one go together. So that's the front. This is the rear turn signals. The front. Alright. I don't see a light green. Brown, purple, white. Okay. Purple is supposed to be the flashers. I don't know how to power up the flasher. I'm really not sure how to power up the flasher. I really don't know. Continuity to a flasher, none whatsoever to a flasher. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's the flasher. I guess that's supposed to be pushed in to not be on. And pull out to make contact. Right? Not making good contact there. Making real good contact. Okay, so that would be off. So purple is the flasher. Okay, no, the hazard is the brown. Okay, Man, I gotta figure this out, huh? Hazard is the brown. Well, I'm not getting anything on that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Do that. That kills that. That. Okay, get my flasher right there. Turn that off. I don't get anything. Okay. So brown's the flasher, which leaves me the black and the black and white. The white says the brake switch, and the black should be the horn. So brake switch, I can't figure that out. Let's see. This is what powers it. Huh. Okay. That gives me power. That gives me power to the switch. Yeah, that gives me power to the switch. Okay, so this should be the horn. So why? Yep, there's the horn. Okay. Alright, all of that is working. Appears to be working. As I said, appears to be working. Well, I sprayed a lot of lube down that steering column, I guess. Because that stuff is still coming out. Okay. So all those make contact in there. So what is next is I have to figure out about all of this now. It's ignition switch stuff right there. And I'm going to have to cut all of this loose. Okay, let me see what we got here. Got the zippy ties loose. Alright, what's what? This bundle right here, I think that is going to be, that's my hazard, horn, turn flasher, brake, left signal, right rear turn. Okay. So that is going to go, this is all going to go down here to meet up with this. This is ignition switch, ignition power, ignition switch accessory, ignition coil. Okay, I wonder if that's going to go right into, is that actually just going to plug and play? I will be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked if that's going to be plug and play. That plug in there, and this plug in here? No, that can't be, huh? I can't get it to work like that, can I? Well, it doesn't appear, because it doesn't look like that's going to. Oh, well maybe so. Well, maybe this plugs in here, and this plugs in on top of it. Like so. Wow, if that really works like that, I'm going to be shocked that I didn't have to splice none of that. Wow. Let's see. So if I put that there, and I put it there. So that clipped in. And that clipped in. Look at there. So I just need to wrap those up and pull that up out of the way, like so. Ah! Ha! What you think about that? So this goes to that way. This is my I-beam stuff. So this needs to wrap back around. Take that. I don't know. Is that gonna reach? Oh, that's gonna reach. What about that? That's gonna reach down there quite fine. I think I'll bring this around this side, because I'm gonna have to redo these wires. So that's gonna be the brake switch right there. Okay. What do you think about that? Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna splice all this together, and when I get it all spliced together, I'll come back and let you see what it looks like. How about that?
All right, here's what I got done. Cleaned up all these wires, got that tucked up, got my dimmer switch, kind of moved it up just a little bit, and I got these wires over here tucked away on the steering column in this area. Got everything tied up out of the way. So that's where it's at right now. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna get in here and we're gonna unbundle this wire, this bundle of wires, separate them out and see where all they need to go. That's a lot of those are to the gauges. It's the sending units, the gauge lights, headlight switch, windshield wiper switch. That's what all is going to be in that bundle. Power windows, the power locks, all of that. That's what's in that bundle. So I'm going to break that down and we'll look at that real quick, and I'll get those separated out because I don't have the light switch or the windshield wiper switch yet, and there's some other stuff I may need to get or have him get to finish that up. But the steering column's all done. All those wires tied up out of the way. Everything's kind of tucked up nice and neatly. So let me get set up so you can see me break this bundle down, and we'll see what we got there. So stick with me. All right, I'll jump right into cutting this bundle loose. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. Let's get this pulled up here as high as I can. Alright, let's see. Whew. Alright, let's pull these two out first. What are these two? That says left tail and park, so that's the fuel gauge. Okay, so I'm gonna run all my gauge wires through this hole right here. So that's a gauge, fuel gauge. This is to the headlight switch. That's for the park lights, I think. I'm gonna lay that right there. Let's see what this one is. It doesn't have any backup lights, so I can run this out of this and put this bundle up. Set it off to the side. Let's see, what's this one? Okay, signal indicator. So this is going to the gauge cluster right there. Let's pull this one. That says the other signal indicator. So let's pull that one through there. Let's see what else is on this side of this bundle. High beam indicator. So that's going up to the gauge cluster. And he's going to have to get some indicators because I didn't see any on his gauge panel. This is a heavy wire, so this has got to be a switch. Okay, that's the power for the dimmer switch from the headlight switch. Just leave that one over there. Tell you what, I'm gonna run this down through this hole down here. I can cut a bunch of that off, but I'll do that later. Let me trim some of this down right now so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna run this through where the headlight switch is gonna go. Right there. So that's the headlight stuff. Brake switch power. Okay, so that's the power to the brake switch. And the brake light switch is under the car. So I'm gonna have to run this, right? Brake switch power. I'm gonna have to double check that and make sure what I gotta do with that one. So I'm just gonna leave this one off to the side for a minute. And that says brake switch. Okay. Okay, so this is going from one side of the switch to the other side of the switch, which will then power the brake. So I don't have to splice that line down below. I need to run this to that brake switch. So I got to figure out how to feed that all the way down under the car. And I thought I was done under the car. That sucks. Okay, well, let's just worry about that one later. What is this one? Okay, radio constant power. I don't know if he's got a radio for this thing or where he's going to put it. So I'm going to take this for the time being and run it over there out the way. What's this one? This one says left front park. Okay, this is going to the headlight switch. Is where this one's going. That's going to the headlight switch. Okay. This one is either the power lock or power windows. So let's see. Where's it at? I know it's on here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Power door locks. Okay, this is one of those I was telling you makes a good hookup for a charging port. So let's bundle this up. Let's bundle this up for the moment. I'm going to wrap that up with some tape and put it out the way for right now. How about we do that? Okay. Okay. That went out the way. Okay, let's see what's next in this bundle. What is this one? That one says the tachometer. And I don't know what he's going to do about a tachometer, because I don't even know where I can hook a tachometer up on the motor, on the distributor. So we're just going to run that. Well, let's see. I should put that through the gauge set, because that's where it would be if I was going to have a tachometer. So let's put that there. Okay, this is a heavy wire. So what's it power? Headlight switch. Okay. So the headlight switch is going to be right there. We've got a headlight switch coming. Let's see what this is. AC and heat. I don't know what he's going to do about AC and heat. We'll just lay that off to the side. Let's see what this one says. Wiper power. Okay. So that one can come through this other hole over here where the wiper will. Let's see. Nope, I need, yeah. That's right there. Okay, let's see about this one. This must be power windows. Power window. Okay. This one. Well, this one I'm going to need to split to feed both sides. So let's do this. Let's run this one up out the way for right now. How about that? We're just going to run this one out of my way, just so it's just out of the way. Only that's the windows. All right, let's see what this one is. Okay, that's a power to the gauges. That's what powers up the gauges. That's for the AC and heat. So I'm gonna run that over there out of the way. Let's see what this is. Okay, that's for the electric fan. So that's gonna be a switched. So I got to figure out our antenna. Our antenna can come over here with the radio because it ain't gonna have no power. Let's see what this one says. Okay, this is the ignition on for the radio. Let's see what this one is. I think that says cigarette lighter. So that'll be a power source for any of his phones or whatever. What is this one? That's the other fan. Let's see what this one is. What does that say? Temp sender. Let's go into the gauges. So let's run it through there. So that's all my gauge stuff there. So that's power to all the gauges. Right there. I bet this is the oil sender. Look at there. Oil sender. Be the oil gauge. And lastly, backup. So like I said, this one and this one can go together. Get that untwisted out of there. I'm trying to keep the wires that are clustered together running together without twisting all around in the harness. So you got kind of everything next to each other that can be next to each other. So that can go there. I'm just going to wrap that right there, like so, and leave it right there. All right, so all my gauges are right here. My headlight switch wires are here, and I can sure trim that back. Let me cut some of this excess off right here. Okay, this is to the windshield wiper, which the wire to the windshield wiper is this one. Nope, I need to run across the top of that. Come under here. And that to the windshield wiper. Let's see. I need to run that a different way because that's not looking very good right there. Okay. So that's to the windshield wipers. Right there. And I can cut this excess off right here. Get rid of that. Alright. My fan. Now what the fan wires would ordinarily do, I got to find out from him if he wants to put some kind of a sender switch, you know, where when it reaches temperature it turns it on, or if he wants me to run it just on a toggle switch, which you can turn on and off. It would be on all the time unless you turned it off. That's up to him. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in the senders, so I'd rather have it on toggle switch myself, but I'll find out what he wants to do and then I'll go from there. So that's that. Headlight, wiper, gauges, and I can probably cut all the excess off of this because there's a lot of it, because all the gauges are going to be right here, so I'm only going to need about that much of the wire to begin with, so but I don't want to trim too much off. Like I said, I just trim some of it back and leave some of it in place. Okay. So gauges, fan switch, let's see, AC stuff I'll set up out of the way. So AC stuff, cigarette lighter, to find out if he wants to put some kind of cigarette lighter charger or whatever on it. And these are, you're not worried about a power antenna, I promise you. I don't even know if he's worried about a radio. So I'm probably gonna clip that power antenna off and just strap it up out the way. Matter of fact, I think, let's see where this wire runs. I can run this wire right along there and put an end on it right there. So if he needs some other type of accessory power, that'll be an accessorized power source. This is for the radio. Okay, these two are for the radio. That's too much for the radio. Let me trim that off. Okay. So radio, AC wires I'm just going to put up. I'm going to run that along there with the power antenna. Put that up. Run that along there. Put those accessories off to the side. So it's a hot rod. I don't know if it's gonna have no airs. You ain't gonna drive it but on nice days anyway, so okay. Clean that up. Radio, cigarette lighter, fan, power windows. And then these are going to the brake switch. I need to run them that way. I need to run them this other way. Across there. Okay. So these two I need to feed. I gotta get a bunch of extra wire because I gotta feed them all the way down under the car. So, alright. I'm going to wrap those up together, secure those over there, extend some wires down. Now I know where everything's going. This is the last bundle of wires that I need to hook up, other than I got to hook the headlights up, the fan, and the tail lights in the back. And I got to put the dash in to wire all the gauges, which means I need to clean all that up to get that ready to go in. I can't hook the headlight switch or the wiper switch up until it comes in. I gotta talk to him about the fan. That's where I'm at right now. So I tell you what I think is gonna happen. Oh, number one, this video is coming out the day after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody that's out there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for supporting the channel. All you subscribers, thank you so much. That's just Merry Christmas to me that you subscribed and there's anybody that wants to watch me do this stupid stuff. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Very, very, very Merry Christmas to everybody and a very Happy New Year. I hope next year brings you all the blessings that you deserve and that you want in your lifetime. So Happy New Year too. All right, since I said that, like I said, hit that like, subscribe, share, comment stuff, and I appreciate you. And if you can hit the like button, I guess that helps my algorithm out. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know how any of that works. But I think for this video, because I got so much that I got to wait on, I think I'm probably going to end it. I think what I'll go ahead and do, I'll probably do off camera, is I'm going to hook the fan up. I need to clean up the light bar and put it back on, and I'll probably go ahead and hook the light wires up, and I'll go ahead and hook the tail lights up, and do that. I'll just do that off camera because y'all seen me putting stuff together already. So, but I'll do that, and I'll show you what that looks like when I get done with that. And then when I get the rest of this, I will put all that together because I got to get this horn thing. That contact rides on this contact patch that goes all the way around. Cleaned it up. It's working good. So when I get that, I will put the blinker stuff, the steering wheel stuff back together, and I'll probably go ahead and put the steering wheel, he bought a new steering wheel. I'll probably go ahead and put it on. It's another small one, but it's brand new and looks pretty nice. I'll put it on and make sure I get all the horn hookups and everything. So I'm hoping the horn button has the world's worst luck when it comes to making a horn on an aftermarket steering wheel on your car. I have a hard time making it work. I don't know what the deal is with me and that, but so hopefully everything will work on that. And oh, I got to hook the horn up out there too. I forgot about that. I got a horn over there in the box. I need to find a place to mount it and hook it up. But I'll do all that out there off camera, and we'll be done with it. So until all the rest of the stuff comes in, I'll come back and do that on the next video. So thank you guys for watching again, and thank you for continuing to come back. I like I said before, I really do really appreciate it. So until next time, like I always say, keep your head up. Don't look down yourself. Don't look down on others. You keep your head up, you can get anything done. And get out there and work on these old rides. Like this wiring, hey, it can be aggravating. But in the end, this thing is going to be cool. This thing is going to be fun. It's going to turn a lot of heads. He's going to have a good time in it. He's going to have a smile. That's all that matters in the end. And you saved a part of history. You're having fun, and you're saving a part of history. What can be better than that, huh? So, that being said, hey, until next time, see ya.